welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Say hello when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you are here and that you're watching. And in just a minute, I'm going to have a keyword for you to type in. When you type in that keyword, you're going to get a message from me with a list of supplies for all the things that we're using tonight. And sometimes I am just faster than Facebook. And so it doesn't come up immediately. All right, let me see if my friends are on yet. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Where's my video? Hopefully it's playing. Hopefully you guys are jumping on. There it is. Oh, my gosh. There we go. Hello, Maxine. Hi, Mary. Hello, Valerie and Wanda K. There's my video. All right, you guys. The keyword for tonight is football. Type football in the comments. I actually got a request to do the football round. And so we're going to do that tonight and kind of do it, I don't know, my way, right? My way. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brenda. Hi, Lisa Marie and Pam. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Linda. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Thanks so much. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Joni and Wendy and Carol. Hi, Karen. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lynn. Oh, y'all, so many people. Hey, Mary. Hello, you guys. All right. So football season is approaching very, very fast, right? We need to start getting our decor made for football season for all of you guys who are absolute football fanatics. Myself not included. But I'll still give you guys tutorials to show you guys how I would do it if I was, okay? All right, hi Lynn, how are you doing? All right, so here we go, you guys. I want to go ahead and lay out some paper first. We are going to do the door round tonight with a transfer that, honest to goodness, you really don't have to do anything else with it other than chalk it on around. It can be that simple, okay? I don't know if I got all my colors in my cart link. I don't think I did. I didn't. I'm missing meadow, you guys. So you'll need meadow for this one as well. I did not put that in. You love football? Okay, good. I did not put meadow in the cart link, you guys. I forgot that one, but you'll need that one as well to do this particular project. Okay, so we're going to start off. There we go. Moving my mouse out of the way. Hi, Vicki. We're going to start off with one of our 16-inch door rounds. These are amazing. I love them so much because they are thick enough that they withstand, but they're not so thick that they're heavy. The ones that you get at Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those, they're so thick and they're so extremely heavy. These ones right here are not that heavy. However, we'll talk about that, Lisa Marie, for sure. Hi, Tracy. However, I do recommend that if you don't have like a covered porch, and you put this on your door, that you put a piece of felt on the back side of this, because as the wind blows, it might knock it a little bit. And then you're going to hear it knocking on your door when you don't want it knocking on your door. So having some felt on the back of these door rounds will cushion that when it comes back and blows it back against your door. Eye surgery went well today, hopefully. Other eye surgery next Tuesday goes smooth. I'm sure it will, girl. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Tammy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off tonight. I want to paint this entire thing in my favorite color of Waverly paint. Well, the whiter shades. The whiter shades. We're going to use plaster. We're going to use plaster today. We're going to cover this entire thing in Waverly paint in plaster. So yeah, you guys, today was the kids' first day at school. I do have some stories to tell that might embarrass some kids. But that's okay. That's okay. They're kids and they're in bed right now. So they're not going to see my live anyway. So I did have the new kids with me today. Their names are Willow and Jackson. And today was only a half a day in the afternoon. They will withstand rain if you seal them with a sealer, and you can use any spray sealer that is clear. Oh, the little peanut pieces. That's awesome. I might think I'm going to add some water to this too, because this jar is more than half gone. And once they get to where they are lower, they do start to dry out, just like our paste will a little bit. You can add distilled water to your Waverly just like you do to your jars of paste, okay? So yeah, the other two kids, Willow and Jackson, were here this morning. Today was an afternoon half day, so they were here with me from 7 o'clock this morning until I dropped them off from school at 12:30. Okay. Hi, Teresa Marie. Hi, Arlene. How are you doing? Hey, Christine. And so I decided we were going to have a little bit of a fun morning. The kids played around for a bit, kind of making a mess of the house a little bit this morning. And then I decided that today was going to be a McDonald's breakfast day. And I know, McDonald's is not the greatest in the world. I understand that. We don't do McDonald's a ton, but it's the first day of school. We're going to do something a little bit extra special for the kids. We're going to McDonald's for their breakfast. We don't do that often. And Jackson first, I was like, go ahead, buddy, let him know what you want. And he walks up to the counter and he tells the guy that he wants 2 sausage, egg, and cheese muffins, and he wants 2 hash browns, and he wants a pop. And I'm like, and then Willow walks up next to him and she goes, and I want 2 of this sandwich and 2 hash browns. And I'm like, no. No. Janae, how are you doing? No, you guys. What are you going to do? Stick one in your pocket? There's no way you can eat that much. There's just no way. So you get 1 meal each, and that is it. No, this is not put it in your backpack and save it for later. It was not a McGriddle. It was a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit or something. But y'all, they're 7 and 10. There is no reason for them to need 2 sandwiches at McDonald's. My kids like that, though. Hi, Zanny. How are you doing? So I was like, no, and we didn't do that. We sat down and we ate after we got all of our food. And just came back to the house and hung out for a little bit. I worked a little bit, cutting some ribbon for the bundles and things like that. And then we went to the school. And they had, they saw their friends and had pictures taken with their friends and did all of this stuff. It was Willow's first time on a shuttle bus. And they had just a great time. And then my dog, Willow, got to go with us for pickup. And I think that she really, really missed that, you guys. But they both had really good, fun first days at school. Of course, the backpack that I ordered for Allie was delivered to my door 15 minutes after school started. So she had to take her backpack from last year with her to school today. Not a big deal. It's here for tomorrow. And they all just really enjoyed their days. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? All right, we've got this covered. I just want to try to get my funky brush strokes off of here. Ooh. It is soaking into the paint a little bit. I mean, into the board a little bit. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, because we were actually going to sand this a little bit. I just don't like when it's got funky brush strokes on the edges. Y'all. Now I got a hair from my brush. Waverly usually does a really good job at covering, but it does soak into this wood a little bit. All right, then let me go around my edges. Make sure I got all my drips off of here. I could brush this thing for hours. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't stand when you order things and it says that it's going to be there at a certain time and then doesn't show up. Because that's exactly what it was for my daughter's backpack. I told her for 5 days in a row, you guys, to pick out a backpack, to go on Amazon and pick out a backpack that I would order it because she didn't want any of the ones that were in the stores. And then when she finally got around to it, the fastest delivery date was Tuesday, and then it got delayed. Oh, yeah. See, you got to overnight it then, don't ya? All right, you guys, I've got it covered. It doesn't look fantastic because my paint job is not the greatest tonight. I could put a second coat on here, but we're going to distress this anyway because that's just how I like things. You do you, though. If you want to put a second coat on here and have it crisp and clean, that's completely up to you. Hi, Donna. I'm going to get a hold of you tomorrow, okay? Oh, no, Jazz. Yeah, you got to get her all set to go. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing? So I also got to see there's a teacher that teaches at my daughter's school. I graduated with his sister, so I have known his real name, you guys, is Mr. Love. I have known Mr. Love, Mr. Jeremy Love, for a very long time, and it's really cool that I get to see him as a teacher at my daughter's school every day when I do the drop-off there. Hello, Veenie. How are you doing? What a unique name. I love that. Hi, Rachel. From Connecticut. Hi, Jill. How are you doing? You guys, Jill is a new designer on my team, y'all. So welcome her. Hey, Amy. Hi, Christina. Thank you for sprinkling. Use clear gesso to keep the paint from soaking into the wood on the first coat. Oh, I don't know. I've never even used the clear gesso. I do want to distract this, but it's kind of soaking in fairly evenly. And I'm surprised at that. But we're going to give this just a quick dry here to get that all dried up. And then I'm actually going to take you... Hi, Dee Dee. Watching you from Dust to Beauty Designs at this... Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I hope that both of our projects are fantastic tonight. Hi, Brenda. All right. I'm going to take my Gator sander. I'm going to give this thing a brand new one of these because these do like to transfer the paint a little bit. And I'm going to grab one of these. It's a little bit more on the coarse side. So I have a packet of sanding blocks that come in all different grits. And I don't want a super heavy grit, but I also don't want one that's super, super smooth either. This one right here I think is going to be my perfect one. And we're going to give this thing a good sanding. Now that's going to get rid of a lot of our lines in here. You did a live earlier. Girl, I need to go on your page and see it. I want to watch you guys sometimes too. So we're just going to give this a good sanding real quick. Ooh, that might be too much. This one is too much. Immediately I could tell. Immediately I could tell. I didn't think it would be. Let's go with this one. The 112 or the 120 is apparently too much. Thank you so much, Amy D. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This one right here is just this is a 40 or 400. I can't tell because it cuts it off. And I don't know the difference. Bam! But it's perfect. I just want to give this a little bit of distressing. This is going to help with my paste. And down here, we're really not going to see it too much. Going to have to finish the live tomorrow. Okay, Carol, I understand, girl. I am extremely tired today. Extremely tired after having these kids. And first time waking up so darn early. And I did stay up later than I wanted to last night for sure. I was still asleep by midnight, which wasn't too bad, I don't think. Considering I normally stay up till 2. Hi, Carol. All right, I want to go all the way around all of my edges with my sander just to get that a little bit more distressed. And we're just kind of prepping our surface. Now, it's always a good idea first, too, when you paint a surface that you're going to put your transfer on, to give it a light sanding after you paint because it's going to make your surface smooth again. Okay? And then you can just press a little bit harder in any spots where you want it to look distressed. All right. Oh, I'm shaking the whole camera and I know it. I'm going to try to hold it down a little bit better and not have my belly rubbing against the table. So tomorrow is the first official full day back to school. Which means it's the first official day that this mama gets the whole day without the kids to be able to get some stuff done. And the first order of business for me, you guys, I have to renew my license this year and I haven't done it yet. And my driver's license expires on Monday. So I made an appointment with the DMV. I got to be there at 9:10 in the morning to get my new license. I have to have a picture taken and all that jazz. Kind of upset about it because my current driver's license picture was me in my 20s, before kids, and totally in my prime. So yeah, having my picture taken again for my license is not exactly thrilling. Yes, Carol, the color of the month is gone. All right, so right here in the middle, I'm actually going to put a little bit more pressure, and I want to distress this just slightly more than the rest of it. In some of these spots. We're just going to pull off some more of that paste and really give that a good sanding in there. Oh, I like that look. Oh, hi, Christine. Oh, awesome. Oh, it shouldn't take too long because I made an appointment. If they have me sitting there for too long, I'm probably just going to, I don't know, I'll walk out and make the kids walk to school. Joanne, we're doing a football sign tonight. And right now we're just prepping our surface here with a light sanding and distressing it a little bit. Oh, Pam, thank you. I gotta see if they will let me use some kind of face editing thing to make it flawless before they actually post it. My last one did though, Crystal, and I've had it since I was like 22. And 20 years later, they're finally making me take a new one. Okay, you guys, there's how the board looks right now, and it's super smooth because we did sand it down, and it looks fantastic. I am messy as can be, though, and we do want to make sure that we go over this with a paper towel or something. I don't know, you guys, and since I got to be there so early and I got to get the kids around, I don't think I can really, like, gussy myself up enough to have it make a difference. Just going to be like, hey, before you post that, will you just let me put that in my app here and enhance my appearance before you put that on my license? Watch, it'll rain too, and I'll straighten my hair and have it all nice and pretty, and it'll be ruined before I get there. That's just my kind of look. All right, so it looks really, really pretty. I love that distressed white. Can you guys see what that did by sanding that down? I know, right, Crystal? Okay, let's clean up this mess real quick. I don't like that they make you get a new driver's license picture, but you guys, I will say that, and for some of you guys are probably not going to like my theory here. You're probably not going to like my theory. I do believe that, oh, y'all are going to not like me for this. Don't hate me. It's a personal opinion that I think will just make the world a safer place. It's nothing against anybody who might have a different opinion. It's just a personal thing for me. I used to drive for a living, okay? Oh, thank you, Cassie. I drove for a living for 18 years. I was a delivery driver. And I have this belief that having a driver's test once in your life is not enough. Oh, yeah. In Michigan, they've just been lax on it, like really lax on it. They haven't made me do it in a long time, but I have to get that new license this year that's got the whatever it is for, so you don't have to have, I don't know, so they won't arrest you trying to get on a plane. I think so too. So I have this thing, you guys, this idea in my mind that once you hit the age of, y'all, don't make, okay, this is, okay, y'all, I'm so scared of your reaction. I think once you hit a certain age, to be determined by whoever, you should have to have, yes, the real ID, but you should have to have a road test every so so many years to keep your license. Y'all, listen. Peg says, okay, you guys agree with me. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm not going to put an age on it, but listen, your eyesight starts to go. You start, as your shoulders start going forward and you get a humpback, you get shorter. Like our health just degenerates as we get older. And I'm okay with this for myself. Really, really, really. I would go in there and, y'all, my dad was losing his eyesight. The hardest thing for a family, one of the hardest things is telling your relative that you are a danger on the road and we need to take your license away. Right? Thank you. It's so hard for a family to do that, to strip away a family member's sense of independence by taking their license away. And leaving that to the family, I feel, is not fair. And so I think every state should implement an age where in order to renew your license, you need to go in with a professional and drive with them. And then, like 5 years later, 10 years later, I don't know, maybe every 10 years once you hit 60. I don't know. I'm not going to say. But go, because your health deteriorates as you get older. It's just a proven fact. You guys, would have been easier than taking your mom's car away. It was so hard. Absolutely. And then it causes fights within families. Like, I promise you, if your mom's license has been taken away, ain't nobody driving her up to the DMV to yell at that guy. Oh, man. Your mom thanked you. My dad was losing his eyesight, and he, fortunately, he knew his limitations, and he did not go far. But this was before Uber, and it was before, Grubhub and all those things where they would deliver the stuff to your house. And there were just times when I wasn't available to help him out, and he did drive when there was nobody available. He called as much as he could. And he would, like just up the road and stuff, but he didn't try to drive very far. But it was scary for me, and it was scary for him too. But there were just things that he needed to do and didn't always have help to do it. I'm thankful now that you can get your groceries delivered. I'm thankful now that you can call Uber and you can get to your doctor's appointments. I'm thankful now for all of those things. Heck, let's also talk about maybe the government having, I don't know, some kind of program for the elderly to be able to make it to their appointments, their doctor's visits. You know what I mean? Your ride, something like that. I don't even know. Dad was hot when he got the letter saying that his driver's license away, his reflexes were so bad he was a hazard on the road. Yes. 9-year-old mother-in-law is like that. Her eyesight's failing. We've seen dents in her car. We look at the car from her and drive her. Yes, you guys. My mom is pre-dementia right now. Pre-dementia, you guys. And so that seriously affects her mind. And she still has her driver's license. We try as much as we can to take her places. But y'all, it's like taking that away from her would be so hard. Coming to the point where you have to take your dad's, but my older brother is going to do it. See, and that's so hard to have to appoint somebody to that. Oh, I feel bad for your brother, and all of you guys do too, I'm sure. But I feel like it would make everybody's situation on the road a safer place. Am I wrong, you guys? Oh, I thought somebody might hate me. Thank you, Mary Jo. All right, you guys, this is the transfer that we're going to use. This is our football door round transfer. I already forgot the name of it. It's called Football Season. Linda, 15-year-olds to get their permit. I had my permit at 15, so that's not a new thing. And I was driving at 12. But I also lived out in country roads, and yeah. But I was driving at 12. And I started learning how to drive when I was 10. My stepdad started teaching me how to, he would put cones out in the yard and make me parallel park our tractor. just to start learning. So, you know, you had to go see when yours expired. So yeah, all right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and give this a good fuzz right now. And some insurance do apply. Oh, they do apply. What is the DMV rule? How old do you have to be to get to take a test in your? I've never seen. There's no test for later years in my state anyway. I just think that there should be. All right, you guys, this is how I fuzz my bigger transfers. This is a D size. I'm going to use 2 fuzzing cloths and then just slowly roll the back of my transfer piece off because it's going to keep it from sticking to itself. Farms, tractors, mini bikes, but not in the city. And yeah, same. I didn't drive in the city either, but it was all back roads that I drove when I was that young. All right, we're going to give this a good fuzz and we're going to put it down on that surface. Now, again, the easiest way to do this is to have 2 fuzzing cloths. Anytime you're working with a large transfer, 2 fuzzing cloths are going to be your best friends. Russ drove too long, needed to hide all the keys. Oh, with permit in Bama. They have to drive with adult in the car. I'm okay with that because so many drive side-by-sides and golf carts way before. Yeah, and same here. My kids are... Well, at least Evan. At least Evan. We're talking about getting quads for him sometime. One of my hairs is falling on here. Okay, so you guys, with just half of this. You would do it in bear color. I'm going to use bark. So having part of it on the fuzzing cloth is going to allow me to line this up even better. North Carolina was giving kids their license without taking a road test. During are you kidding me, Carrie? Without taking a test? Oh, good grief. That is scary. No way, Jose. No way. Oh my goodness. Oh, I would be livid as a parent if my kid got hurt because there was another kid on the road that never took a driver's test. Christine says she started driving it at 11 to help with farm equipment. Yeah. I started driving at 12 to babysit. Oh, you guys, I lined that up almost perfectly. I'm going to go with it too. I think that looks good. 70 and older only need to pay the fees, take a vision test, and get photo taken. You just renewed yours. See, I think that there should be a driver's test. I think that there should be, because there's these, how else do you test for cognitive function when you're older? And I'm sorry to say, but some of y'all old folks are wacky. Oh, man. If you took offense, then that means you think you're old, and you're not if you're watching my video. Hi, Linda. All right, here we go. Have to pay $500 for our kids to take the driving class, and then they have to take driver's test after they drive for 50. I think that's how it is here in Michigan too. All right, you guys, we've got that all laid down there. I'm going to use my 3 colors tonight on this. The first one being bark. I told your secret. What happened to? Oh, that's right. All right, my bark is good. Niece and nephew never took the road. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. Son doesn't have his license because it was during COVID and now he's 20. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I did too, Crystal. Yeah, I did. All right, here we go, you guys. This is the color bark. I'm going to use this on the actual football up here. And so this is chalk paste. It goes on silky smooth and then it dries hard to become semi-permanent. Now, if you were to put this outside on your door, then the likelihood of the paste, even unsealed, you guys, the likelihood of this paste like getting watered down and spreading, or what's the word I'm looking for? Running, it's very, very, very unlikely once it's dried. However, you still want to seal it because the wood itself is going to need to be sealed so it doesn't crack or start to buckle or anything like that, okay? I have a question about the shirts. What have you found in the size difference between Michael's and Hobby Lobby? The cut is different between Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I like them both in different ways. All right, once I get that done, I'm going to go ahead and do paste and pull, and I have a spot here where there was like a little hair or something, but it's okay. We're going to do paste and pull. Hobby Lobby shirts seem to run big. I feel like they just have a different fit altogether. I would seal it with a Krylon clear spray paint. That's what I would seal it with. All right, we're going to go ahead and just give this a lift and pull all of that transfer off the part that we just did. Now, I actually have some rough spots on here, and I think that it's probably because I did not, I don't think I wiped off all my sand. But it's okay, because we've got this thing, we're looking a little bit rusted anyway, whatever the word is, and we're going to make it look even more like that. Hi, Becky! 83, and I honestly don't know how I would do on a driver's test, still driving, though, with no health problems. See, but it's that's the thing, is that you don't know until somebody tells you, hey, it's probably time to put it away. You like the thickness of them. You guys, Becky is here right now. Becky, I was just looking up something today because we have a new designer on our team, and I realized that Becky Hill, who's on right now, is the longest standing designer on my team. Becky, you've been with me longer than anybody else, and I so appreciate you, girl, and I love you. And we need to talk soon, okay? All right, I'm going to use black velvet for this next part. Very, very simply, we're just going to go over the entire thing. 'Tis the season. If you're new to my page, these are reusable silkscreen transfers, which means that once I'm done, I can wash this, dry it, put it back on the backer sheet, and I can make 20 of these to sell at a vendor market or more before my transfer is no longer of any use, okay? So the better you take care of it, the more uses you'll get out of it. But you guys just think, football season's coming. Who wouldn't want something like this on their door? Everybody who loves football, which is like, what? Most people? So you'd sell a bunch of these. Husband's grandma was in her 90s driving people to church before she had to stop driving. 99. Oh my gosh, Wendy. 99 when she passed. That's a long life, y'all. All right, here we go. We're going to pull this part up, and then I'm going to pull up the next part. It is easy to do, Joanne. And I did give it some wax, but I'm still... It's really, really sticking, y'all. You might want to fuzz this a little bit more than I did. Look at how pretty that looks. Your dad was 93. Holy moly. My dad sadly only made it to 61 when he passed. All right, and then last but not least, in the bottom here, back in the day when I got my license, we only had to go around 2 blocks and did not have to park. Then you were done. You guys, I don't know what's going on here, but I just opened up a paste and it does not look right to me. And so I will be filling out a claim for this one, and they'll send me a new jar. You guys, occasionally stuff like this does happen. And this is just, it's not right. This is not right. If you ever get a jar that doesn't look right, doesn't creamy dreamy, it's not to your liking, then there is a form to fill out and they will send you a new one. And all you have to do is take a picture of it and then give them the batch number, which is the 3-digit code, or I'm sorry, 5-digit code right there. And then they will just send you a brand new jar, okay? Free of charge, they'll send you a brand new one. And you don't have to send it back, you're just gonna get rid of that one. So I'm gonna grab another one. And it's the last one in my stockpile, so hopefully this one's good. You have paste like that, Mary? But girls, send it back, or not send it back, but fill out the form. If you don't have the form, then let me know. And I will send you the form. See, this one right here is perfect. It just happens occasionally that we get a bad one. This is Meadow. I think that they changed up the formula a little bit. But it's a brand new jar of Meadow. I missed it. I missed the comment. All right, you guys, I'm just glad that I didn't send that out to one of you guys, because that was one of our colors for this month. And I only had those 2 jars left. What was wrong with it, Peggy? I don't know. It could have been anything in manufacturing. It could have been a heat issue when it was being shipped. Maybe it got too hot. I mean, like I said, I used to be a delivery driver and I delivered candy. And there were some of my coworkers who would stick their box of candy right next to their heater. And then their customers would complain because all their stuff was melted. Well, if your delivery driver had to put your box of chalk stuff right next to their heater and drive it for hours, then it might have just messed with the consistency of the paste. You don't know what might have happened to it. Just know that it's not right and that they will replace it. And it happens sometimes. Hi, Nina. And I'm kind of glad that it happened to me right then so I could tell you guys. If it doesn't look right, if it doesn't smell right, if there's anything wrong with it at all, we will replace it for you, okay? There's always so many different reasons why things could have gone wrong. You just never know. But we will make it right for you. Just don't hold on to it forever, because you only get so long to check them and send them back. All right, here we go, you guys. The last little bit. This Meadow did they change the color formula a little bit on here? And I do like this Meadow a little better. All right, and then we can give the entire thing one good pull. I will fill out a form for that one. All right, here we go, you guys. I'm going to go the opposite direction this time and pull from here toward you to relieve this. No, I'm not. That's really sticking. Here we go. Here we go. And then we're just going to add a couple of things to this real quick. This is going to be an easy peasy project. But you got, look at that. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Just as it is. Hi, Carol. Just as it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful football sign. And I'll turn that around so you guys can see it. The brightness and boldness of our paste, I just love it. And I'm just going to spray this down with a little bit of water. I also spray mine down with some Dawn Power Spray. I just feel like it helps to get your transfers even cleaner without having any extra shadowing and stuff on there. But the colors, y'all, isn't that great? And so easy to do, too. So easy to do. I looked through all my ribbon, you guys. I have no football ribbon. None. But there's a couple of things that I do want to do to this before I say that it's finished. And honestly, if I added a bow or anything on here, it kind of takes away from the feel of football season. In my opinion, footballs and bows do not go together. They just don't. I don't know. I think that this one is perfect without having a bow anyway. So Linda, the trick to getting it to come out so crisp is to make sure that your surface is as smooth as possible. The smoother your surface, the better it's going to be. So giving this a really good sanding beforehand was really the key to this. Now, you guys, if you want to be able to make these and sell these at vendor markets or anything like that, then, and you've not done so yet, you do want to join the Perks community. It literally, you guys, is a membership program where you get a 30% discount. It's $20 a month, and then you instantly get back $20 in product credit every single month to spend on the site. And this month, you get to get in for just $10, and you get $20 back in product credit. So, y'all, you definitely want to be a Perks member if you're ordering any product from me. It's just the best way to go. There it is so far. I think it's gorgeous. Definitely no bows. Yeah, just like that, you can hang that on your door. I am going to take that sander one more time, though. Oh, I already threw the other one away because it got too dirty, and I've got a million of these little things. Let's see. Ooh, this one's a 600. This is my really, 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 really fine one. And I'm just going to come in here a little bit right on my football in some spots that didn't cover quite perfectly. And I'm going to sand it down a little bit more. I'm actually going to make this part of my transfer look slightly more distressed than what it does currently. And I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't come off in chunks like it just did, but there we go. There we go. That's more of the distressed look that I want. Yes, 30% off all day, every day. It's a fantastic deal. All right, let's see if I can get a couple more little spots like that one that I had that was perfect. Just a little bit of extra distressing, and then I should be able to, I think I got a bad spot on the sander. Oh, no, it's not on there all the way. Ah! I should make a pom-pom. Nah. I was catching the corner of my sander, y'all, because it wasn't on there right. And I know you guys are saying, hey, but we can see that craziness. Hold on, let's see if we can make it better. I'm always just up for trying different things. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just adding a little bit more distressing up there since we distressed some of that other stuff. And then a couple of those spots. You guys, just a little bit more distressing on there. And then one last thing that I actually wanted to do with this was to show you guys how do you do a transfer over crackle, then I can never get it smooth. Well, let's try that tomorrow. Linda, tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do a transfer over crackle, okay? Because trying to think about it and describe it right now is just, sorry honey, it's not gonna happen. I can only think about one thing at a time or I'm going to get too distracted. So tomorrow we'll do a transfer over crackle. All right, you guys, I'm going to grab some of this stuff here and just give this a really good night, Christina. Thanks for watching, girl. I'm going to lay down some of my transfer tape. And you guys, this is on sale right now for so inexpensive. And I'm just going to cover the edges of this. And what I want to do is I'm going to grab some archival ink. There you go. Amy's giving you a tip right now. I have to actually think about what I'm doing. And I'm going to grab the brown archival ink. Now my ink pad's a little bit dirty. It's okay. Oh, that worked. No, Ruth, I need to do that, but I gotta make a video and I gotta wait until the kids are in school to make the video. It takes a while. It takes some patience to do those ones. I just don't want to do it live because it's a lot of painting and very little conversation. All right, so I'm just using archival ink. It comes in an ink pad just like this. It's from Tim Holtz, or from Ranger. And all I want to do is start on my tape, and I'm going to go in a circular motion and just kind of go off my... Ooh, that was a little bit thicker there than I wanted it to be. I just want to go off my tape a little bit in little circular motions and just give this a little bit of like a brown shadow coming off of the football part and off of the other part. And I just think that that's going to add a little bit more texture to this project. Let's hope. Not trying to go too incredibly thick with it, but you guys see how it just gave a little bit of that there. I'm also going to put it, I think, around the edges of the entire thing. Makes it look just a little bit more, in my opinion, dirtied up a little bit. Which is perfect for football. All right, Joanne. You're welcome. And the same thing on this side. To me, football is, when I think about football, I think about tackling and dirty uniforms. Because I don't know anything about football. But those two things definitely come to mind. And I feel like if my kid ever joined football, I would be cleaning a lot of dirty uniforms, and I would be scared of him being tackled. So here we go, y'all. Here we go. A little bit more around the bottom here. I'm not even putting extra on this pad because there's quite a bit on here. Because of Big Brother. Oh my goodness. That's still on? Y'all, how many seasons has that been on? I think my mom was watching Big Brother when I lived with her in my 20s. I can't believe that's still on. What are they on, like their 30th season? All right, you guys. Oh, shucks. I should have pulled that part of the tape up first. I have to blend that in a little better. All right, you guys, let's see how that turned out after I put... Ooh, I should have fuzzed my tape. I should have fuzzed my tape. Oh my gosh, no! Do you guys see what it's doing? Y'all see what just happened? It only happened on the green. You guys see what it just did? A little bit on the laces. So I did wax it, Ruth, but what I didn't do was I didn't fuzz my tape before I put it down over top of my stuff. And that was still, freshly painted. Sometimes I try to rush things because we are live, and I didn't really give that. You never think have had that happen. Yeah, you can fuzz your transfer tape, you guys. So what I'll end up doing is just laying my transfer back down, and I'll redo that spot. But that is one of the oopsies that can happen. I still make mistakes from time to time too. I'm just going to wash my transfer, put it back down, and I'll redo that part in meadow, and it'll look like it never happened. But if you fuzz your transfer tape, yeah, I can definitely line it up again. I can fix it for sure. That's a big transfer for me to try to wash live. So I'll fix it and I'll take a picture of it and show you guys later or have it hanging behind me. But fuzzing your tape first will prevent that. Or coming back and doing the silly little things like what I just did to add that little bit of extra, you know, life to this. But letting your paste actually sit for a good 24 hours or so to make sure that it's not only dry, but cured. Similar to other paints, you guys, you'll read on the thing, okay, on the the can of paint, that it has a 30-minute dry time and a 3-hour cure time. Okay, any kind of paint that has a reaction that makes it dry is going to have there's a difference between a dry time and a cure time. And it's the same with our paste. So you want to make sure that it's cured. That information is not, I don't think, ever been tested to give you for our paste. But just drying it does not mean that the under layer of the paste is completely dry. You're just drying the top layer. So mistakes do happen. I just made one. I can fix it. But giving your piece adequate time to dry between each little thing that you do will help mistakes like that from happening. But, y'all, now I don't have a perfect piece to take a picture with anymore. Ta-da! That's how I'll fix it for the picture. And they'll never know. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. For all you football fans, I hope that you really, really, really enjoyed this and that you guys will do one as well. Make it your own, though. Put your own spirit colors on there and all the things that you want to do. Yeah, I could have done this in Michigan, but I figured, you know, no. I'm just going to do it generic so that it's to everybody's taste and everybody's liking. I hope that you guys loved it, and I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow where we'll do a crackle project, apparently, okay? All right, you guys, have a good one. Love you all so much, and I'll see you later. I'm headed to bed. Bye, everybody. That was frustrating for you. Yeah, y'all, it happens.